By the late 1960s, rising inflation and financial imbalances within the US raised concerns about its ability to maintain the dollar's gold convertibility. This culminated in President Richard Nixon's 1971 decision to sever the dollar's link to gold, transitioning to a fiat currency model where the dollar's value is determined by market forces. Despite this change, the dollar continues to dominate global finance, accounting for about 59% of global foreign exchange reserves as of 2023. The US dollar's dominance within the international financial system provides the United States with a range of strategic advantages. Notably, it enables the US to finance its deficits by issuing dollar-denominated bonds, which enjoy significant global demand due to the dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency. As of the fourth quarter of 2022, the dollar made up nearly 58% of global foreign exchange reserves. This privileged position allows the US to borrow at lower interest rates compared to other nations, as foreign investors seek the stability and liquidity of US Treasury securities. This exorbitant privilege enables the US to maintain large trade deficits with minimal economic consequences. Furthermore, the dollar's supremacy provides the US with considerable influence over global economic activities. Since many countries hold significant dollar reserves and conduct trade in dollars, actions by the US Federal Reserve, such as altering interest rates, can have far-reaching effects on the global market. A hike in US interest rates can attract international capital, leading to a stronger dollar and altering global trade dynamics. The dollar's dominant role in global finance not only boosts the US economy, but also grants the United States significant power to impose economic sanctions. By restricting access to the US banking system and dollar transactions, the US can impose severe constraints on countries, organizations, or individuals whose actions contradict American objectives or international norms. This leverage is further amplified by the US's control over key global financial networks, such as the SWIFT system, which enables Washington to monitor and influence dollar-based transactions worldwide. The US capitalizes on the dollar's centrality to international trade to implement economic sanctions, effectively cutting designated nations off from global markets. A notable example of this is the sanctions placed on Iran, which severely disrupted its economy by blocking its ability to conduct international trade and maintain foreign currency reserves. Similarly, the US has utilized sanctions to punish entities and individuals linked to activities against its strategic interests. Control of financial networks. The US wields significant influence over crucial financial networks, such as the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, SWIFT. Through collaboration with international partners, the US can exclude specific countries from using this global messaging system, effectively isolating them from the international financial system. This tactic was notably used against Russia after its annexation of Crimea in 2014, and its subsequent actions in Ukraine, cutting Russia off from global financial networks and severely limiting its access to international capital. In addition to sanctions and financial network control, the US can freeze the assets of foreign nations, organizations, or individuals, particularly those holding dollar-denominated assets. By immobilizing these assets, the US can block their access to international capital markets. After Russia's actions in Ukraine, the US and its allies froze the assets of Russian financial institutions, such as VTB Bank, which controls nearly a quarter of Russia's banking assets. This measure prevented Russian entities from accessing their holdings in the US monetary system and conducting dollar-based transactions, severely destabilizing Russia's financial system. The Brics push for financial independence. The Brics nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are increasingly seeking financial self-sufficiency to reduce their dependence on Western-dominated financial systems. This shift stems from a combination of geopolitical, economic, and technological factors, with a growing desire to create a more equitable and multipolar global monetary system. One major catalyst for this movement was the imposition of Western sanctions on Russia, particularly after its actions in Crimea and Ukraine, which highlighted the vulnerability of countries reliant on Western financial infrastructure. Russia, in particular, has become a vocal advocate within Brics for developing alternatives to Western-dominated financial tools. The imposition of sanctions, including Russia's removal from the SWIFT network and the freezing of its central bank's assets, underscored the need for an independent financial infrastructure to safeguard economic sovereignty. Concerns over dollar dominance. Brics countries, notably China and Russia, have long voiced concerns about the dominance of the US dollar in global trade and finance. The dollar's overwhelming influence gives the US significant control over international economic transactions, enabling it to enforce sanctions with far-reaching consequences. This dominance is further reinforced by international bodies such as the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank, which are perceived by many BRICS nations as being overly influenced by Western powers. In response, BRICS members have considered alternatives such as China's Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, CIPS, designed to facilitate transactions outside of the dollar-centric financial infrastructure. Economic scale and trade efficiency. Representing over 40% of the world's population and a quarter of global GDP, BRICS wields substantial economic weight. This collective power enables the bloc to negotiate and experiment with alternative financial mechanisms, such as conducting trade in local currencies. This approach seeks to minimize conversion fees, reduce exposure to currency fluctuations, and avoid reliance on Western financial systems, thereby making intra-BRICS trade more efficient and less vulnerable to external disruptions. The growing momentum toward a multipolar world order is strengthening the resolve of BRICS nations to challenge the dominance of Western financial frameworks and advocate for reforms in global governance institutions like the United Nations, UN, and the IMF. Establishing an independent monetary system is central to BRICS's broader agenda of diminishing Western influence and asserting greater control over global economic policies. Technological advancements, particularly in blockchain and distributed ledger technology, DLT, have provided BRICS with the tools to create decentralized systems for international transactions. These innovations offer a pathway to bypass traditional financial networks like SWIFT and build more secure, tamper-resistant infrastructure for cross-border trade. By embracing these technologies, BRICS can establish financial systems that are less susceptible to interference from Western powers. South-South cooperation. The push for financial independence aligns with the broader trend of South-South cooperation, in which developing countries collaborate to establish alternative economic frameworks. This initiative not only seeks to reduce dependence on Western financial institutions, but also promotes mutual support among emerging economies, allowing them to chart their own paths toward economic sovereignty and global influence. In summary, the growing power of the US dollar in global finance has allowed the US to assert significant economic influence through sanctions, control of financial networks, and asset freezes. However, in response, the BRICS bloc is increasingly pursuing financial independence through new technologies, alternative financial systems, and closer cooperation, aiming to create a more balanced and multipolar global economic order. Broader global ventures, such as China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, are aiming to forge stronger political and commercial bonds among emerging economies. The BRI encourages trade and financial cooperation across the global south, fostering greater synergy between developing nations. This initiative is pivotal for BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, as it seeks to enhance its collective influence on the international stage, creating a counterbalance to the traditionally Western-dominated financial systems. In this context, BRICS is aiming to assert its economic power, reduce dependence on Western financial models, and further its vision of a more multipolar world order. If you're finding this video insightful, we kindly ask for your support. A simple like helps us reach a wider audience, and sharing your thoughts or feedback in the comments would make an even bigger impact. Thank you for your continued support. Let's dive deeper into this topic. At the 16th BRICS Summit in October 2024, held in Kazan, Russia, the formation of BRICS Clear was proposed. This unified clearing arrangement is designed to facilitate financial exchanges among BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, without relying on Western financial systems like Euroclear. The primary objective behind BRICS Clear is to streamline securities transactions within the group, thus strengthening fiscal independence and fortifying economic resilience against external constraints. The initiative seeks to reduce BRICS's vulnerability to sanctions or financial restrictions imposed by Western powers by developing a localized infrastructure for handling financial transactions. BRICS Clear's proposal includes creating a centralized clearinghouse and settlement facility, designed to serve as a dedicated platform for cross-border trading of local securities within the BRICS bloc. This initiative aims to minimize reliance on Western monetary intermediaries, ensuring that BRICS nations can handle their financial transactions autonomously, free from external pressures. By fostering greater fiscal independence, BRICS hopes to build a more resilient financial system that can weather geopolitical tensions and economic challenges from outside powers. One of the most promising aspects of BRICS Clear is the potential integration of distributed ledger technology, DLT, commonly known as blockchain technology. DLT allows for the decentralized management of data, which enhances security, transparency, and operational efficiency. Through DLT, Financial transactions within the Brics group could be processed more quickly, securely, and with fewer risks. The decentralized nature of DLT ensures that there is no single point of failure, which reduces the possibility of data manipulation or unauthorized interference. Russian Finance Minister Anton Silvanov emphasized that Brics Clear would rely heavily on distributed ledger technology, DLT, for its implementation. He highlighted that DLT's ability to provide a secure, transparent, and reliable framework for financial operations among Brics countries would be a key component of the initiative. The use of DLT aligns with other initiatives within Brics aimed at creating independent financial systems. These include Brics Pay, a cross-border payment network designed to facilitate transactions in national currencies, and Brics Bridge, a clearing hub to support direct exchanges between member countries. Together, these projects aim to reduce Brics' reliance on Western-centric financial infrastructures and encourage greater economic cooperation and synergy among the Global South. Understanding the benefits of distributed ledger technology, DLT, is essential in this context. DLT is a decentralized approach to record-keeping that eliminates the need for a central authority to verify transactions. In this system, each participant in the network holds an identical copy of the ledger, ensuring that all changes are consistently reflected across the entire system. Consensus protocols are used to validate and approve transactions before they are permanently added to the ledger. Blockchain, a widely recognized form of DLT, organizes data into immutable blocks that are linked together in a chain, creating a secure and transparent record of transactions. However, other variations of DLT, such as directed acyclic graphs, DAG, offer even more efficient methods for processing data and enhancing scalability. The advantages of DLT in the Brics financial initiatives are numerous. DLT enhances security by spreading data across a distributed network, making it harder for any single point of failure to compromise the system. It also boosts transparency, as every participant can view the same information, fostering trust and cooperation among stakeholders. Additionally, DLT's decentralized nature ensures that the system remains operational even if some nodes fail or are compromised, increasing the resilience of the network. For Brics nations, the implementation of DLT represents a key move towards creating financial systems that are independent of Western financial platforms. DLT is already being utilized in various Brics initiatives, including cryptocurrencies, smart contracts, and cross-border payments. For example, Brics Clear aims to leverage DLT to facilitate smoother, more reliable transactions among member states, providing a transparent alternative to Western clearing services such as Euroclear. Likewise, Brics Pay seeks to use blockchain technology to enable secure, efficient payments within the group, reducing dependence on Western intermediaries. By integrating DLT into their financial ecosystems, Brics nations are striving to enhance the security, efficiency, and independence of their economic interactions. This is part of their broader ambition to create a multipolar world financial system, where financial power is distributed more evenly across global players, reducing the dominance of Western financial institutions. Looking ahead, there are both opportunities and challenges for Brics in this endeavor. Discussions among Brics central bank authorities are set to continue in December 2024, as the group works through the regulatory, technical, and legal hurdles that must be overcome to fully implement these financial reforms. While there may be obstacles to full-scale implementation, even a partial rollout of Brics Clear could significantly boost intra-Brics trade, with estimates suggesting that it could increase trade volumes by 5 to 7%. The success of these initiatives will depend on the final structure of the clearinghouse and the willingness of member countries to adopt and integrate these new financial mechanisms into their economies. We sincerely appreciate you joining us for this video. If you found the content valuable or thought-provoking, we encourage you to express your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more insightful discussions. Your support means the world to us. Feel free to check out another video from our channel, which is available right now on the screen.